stop scrolling. You think you've already seen every great sci-fi movie on Netflix? You haven't. While everyone keeps rewatching the same big blockbusters, Netflix is quietly hiding some insane sci-fi movies deep in its library, the kind with mind-bending time loops, dark dystopian futures, and twists that hit way harder than expected. Welcome back to Real Ranks, and today we're ranking 10 underrated sci-fi movies on Netflix you probably missed. And trust me, stick around till number 1, because that one should have been a global sci-fi phenomenon. Let's jump in. Kicking off at number 10, we have a slick, claustrophobic thriller, Tau. Think Ex Machina meets a high-tech escape room.
What is this place?
Return to your tasks immediately, or I will inflict pain.
Micah Monroe plays a street-smart grifter kidnapped by a sadistic genius and locked inside his futuristic smart home. But the villain isn't the man, it's the house itself. The AI controls everything. The movie is basically a psychological chess match between a desperate human and a learning machine. The story isn't flawless, but the neon-soaked visuals, sharp pacing, and constant mind games keep it tight and engaging. At number 9, we crank the visual spectacle way up with Warrior of the Future. This Hong Kong sci-fi epic proves Hollywood doesn't own big-budget CGI. The plot is simple. A giant alien plant crashes on Earth, and a squad of soldiers in Iron Man-style mech suits has to stop it. That's it. That's the movie. Don't expect a deep Oscar-winning story here. This is pure, popcorn-munching adrenaline. If you love Pacific Rim or Aliens, you will love watching these heavy mechs tear through an alien apocalypse. Turn off your brain, crank up the volume, and enjoy the spectacle. Number 8 brings us one of the darkest and most terrifying concepts on this entire list, Paradise. This German sci-fi thriller feels like a horrifyingly realistic episode of Black Mirror. It's a world where the phrase time is money isn't a metaphor, it's literal. A powerful biotech company has created technology that allows people to transfer years of their lifespan to someone else. The rich buy eternal youth, while the poor are forced to sell their future just to survive the present. Our protagonist, Max, works inside this system, persuading desperate people to give up their years. But karma hits hard when his own wife is forced to surrender 40 years of her life to clear a massive debt. In a single night, she transforms from a young woman into an elderly lady. What makes Paradise so gripping is how disturbingly believable its world feels. Every scene quietly raises uncomfortable questions about inequality, choice, and morality. It's quiet, tense, and deeply unsettling, which is probably why it slipped under the radar. At number 7, we're loading up on firepower with Spectral, and this one is pure sci-fi gold. Before Netflix started dropping originals every week, they quietly released this absolute gem of a sci-fi action film. Think Black Hawk Down meets Ghostbusters with a dash of aliens. A DARPA scientist is flown into a war-torn city where US Special Forces are being wiped out by a mysterious enemy. They're not fighting insurgents, they're fighting invisible, ghost-like anomalies that freeze soldiers instantly on contact. Bullets pass straight through them, and nothing makes sense. What makes Spectral stand out is how it treats a supernatural threat with hard science. The final act, where the soldiers armor up with full sci-fi gear and storm a power plant, is pure video game energy. The creature design is genuinely terrifying. The tension builds perfectly, and the military tactics feel grounded and authentic. If you love military sci-fi with strong VFX and zero filler drama, Spectral is a must-watch. At number 6, we've got Ark, a small movie with a massive idea. It's a time loop thriller set almost entirely inside one apartment. During a violent home invasion, our main character dies and instantly wakes up at the start of the same morning, again and again. At first, he's just trying to survive, but slowly, he realizes the loop is tied to an experimental machine he created. With every reset, he remembers more, uncovers hidden betrayals, and begins to understand that the consequences stretch far beyond that apartment. What really makes Ark work is how much it achieves within such a limited space. The same rooms, the same people, but different choices, different outcomes, and a constant sense of escalation. If you like time loop stories like Edge of Tomorrow or Source Code, but want a more intimate, high-tension take on the concept, Ark is worth your time. And just when you think waking up in the same nightmare over and over can't get worse, imagine waking up with no memory, no escape, and your oxygen slowly running out. That's where number 5 takes us. Oxygen is one of the most claustrophobic sci-fi thrillers on Netflix.
I lie begging you open the pod.
I cannot comply with that request.
The movie follows a woman who wakes up trapped inside a coffin-sized medical pod with no memory of who she is or how she got there. The only thing she knows, her oxygen is running out and fast. She's completely alone, sealed inside this pod with just a cold, emotionless AI system for company. Every question she asks unlocks a new piece of the puzzle, and every answer makes the situation even more terrifying. What makes Oxygen so intense is how much tension it creates inside such a tiny space. Melanie Laurent delivers a powerhouse performance, carrying the film on pure panic, fear, and desperation. And just when you think you've figured it out, the story drops a twist that completely flips everything you've been watching. If you love single-location thrillers like Buried or 127 Hours with a smart sci-fi edge, Oxygen is an absolute must-watch. Number 4 is the most complex entry on this list, In the Shadow of the Moon.
Hello, Thomas.
What did you say?
Is this where it happens?
What starts as a gritty serial killer thriller slowly turns into something far more mind-bending. A Philadelphia detective begins hunting a mysterious female killer. He finally tracks her down, the killer dies, and for a moment it feels like the case is over. Every 9 years, the same killer returns unchanged, unaged, repeating the exact same pattern. As the mystery deepens, the detective's obsession grows, slowly tearing his life apart while reality itself begins to bend. What makes this film special is how patiently it unfolds. The sci-fi elements stay hidden beneath a grounded crime drama, keeping you just as confused as the protagonist. And when the truth finally clicks, the why, the how, and the cost of it all, it hits hard. It's a slow burn thriller that rewards your patience with a smart, emotional payoff. If you like Looper or Predestination Mystery first, mind-bending reveal second, this one deserves a spot on your watch list. Entering the top 3, we have the most stylish and unique movie on this list, They Cloned Tyrone. Netflix quietly dropped this masterpiece in 2023, and it is criminal that more people aren't talking about it. It's a genre-bending mix of 1970s, blaxploitation funk, dark comedy, and high-concept sci-fi conspiracy. The film follows 3 unlikely heroes who discover they're part of a massive conspiracy involving human experimentation. They stumble upon a massive underground government lab that is literally cloning people to control the population. The script is razor-sharp and hilarious. Jamie Foxx delivers one of the funniest performances of his career, and John Boyega plays multiple versions of himself with terrifying precision. It gives off major Stranger Things vibes, but with a darker, grittier tone and sharp social commentary. It's weird, it's wild, and it's one of the best original movies Netflix has ever made. At number 2, we have a film that will make you question the future of AI parenting, I Am Mother.
This facility was designed to give humanity a second chance. One that began with you, daughter.
After humanity's extinction, a teenage girl is raised deep underground inside a high-tech bunker by a robot simply called Mother. This AI was designed to rebuild humanity and raise the perfect human being. And for the girl, Mother isn't a machine, she's a loving parent. That belief is shaken when a wounded woman from the outside world suddenly arrives, claiming that the robots aren't humanity's saviors. They're the reason the world ended. From that moment, the film becomes a brutal trust game. What makes I Am Mother so effective is how grounded it feels. The robot isn't CGI, it's a real practical suit built by Weta Workshop, which makes every interaction feel disturbingly real. The tension comes not from action, but from ideas, control, parenting, morality, and what good really means when an AI believes it's saving humanity at any cost. It's a slow burn, thoughtful sci-fi film with a dark, unsettling ending that sticks with you long after the credits roll, and one that far too many people skipped on Netflix. And finally, at number 1, we have What Happened to Monday, a movie that should have been a global sci-fi hit and somehow wasn't. In a future where overpopulation has forced the government to enforce a one-child policy, a set of identical septuplets are forced to share a single identity. They're all named after days of the week, and each one is allowed to go outside only on their day, all pretending to be the same person. Monday goes out on Monday, Tuesday on Tuesday, and so on. Inside the apartment, they can be themselves. Outside, they have to perform a perfect act, or all of them die. Then one day, Monday doesn't come home. From there, the movie becomes this intense thriller where the remaining sisters try to figure out what happened to her while keeping their secret intact. The action is brutal, the tension never really lets up, and Noomi Rapace plays all 7 sisters with enough nuance that you actually forget it's one actress. This is the kind of movie that should have been a huge word-of-mouth hit, but Netflix basically dropped it and moved on. If you watch only one film from this list, make it this one. So those are 10 underrated sci-fi movies on Netflix you probably missed. From tiny time loop thrillers to big stylish conspiracy stories. Which one are you adding to your watch list first? Drop your pick in the comments. And if I missed your favorite hidden sci-fi gem, let me know so I can check it out. I'm always hunting for the next under-the-radar banger. If you enjoyed this countdown, hit like, subscribe for more sci-fi rankings and hidden gems, and check out my other video on screen right for even more Netflix recommendations. Thanks for watching, and happy binging.